let go, I release, and I know I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am released, I know. To push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, release, and know.
Welcome to the Brahma Kumaris, where a new world is opened up for you. From humble beginnings in India in 1936 to a global organization with over 8,000 centers in 110 countries and 1 million students worldwide. Through their tireless commitment, passionate heart, and determined spirit, the Brahma Kumaris arrived in America in 1974 and have since grown to 35 main centers throughout America. There are also 2 residential retreat centers, Peace Village, located in upstate New York, and Anubhuti, located in Novato, California.
I want to just share a little bit about how the centers of Raj Yoga meditation began in United States. Actually, I was in Caribbean islands and I got invitation from New York that we want to start something about meditation. And it was in 1978 I came here and we rented a very small apartment in Astoria. And from there I found that a lot of people have interest I realized that there is so much need, and from there onwards, then centers started in many other states.
Our centers are safe spaces where you can explore the power of your inner world.
The classes are conducted in many, many homes, many cities, all over across the United States. A lot of people, they learn meditation, they use it, that meditation, at their workplace, in their family, and also I find that children, young adults, because they are so much into like what really is the life about.
The Brahma Kumaris are dedicated to personal and global transformation through the study and spiritual practice of Raj Yoga meditation. And at the heart of our teaching is the belief that the pathway to peace and happiness is to remember our original nature as spiritual beings connected to the One Source. In 1981, the organization received recognition as an international non-governmental organization affiliated with the United Nations and accredited with general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council. From organizing large-scale global initiatives to local community programs, the Brahma Kumaris has a tradition of service in every field that fosters spiritual growth among individuals from all backgrounds, cultures, and walks of life.
I hold on to this vision, the world of love, world of peace and harmony, world which is free from conflict and sorrow, where we can live as brothers, one family, children of common parents, one supreme divine power.
This is your invitation to awaken and join us in creating a world of love, peace, and kindness. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome to The Next Normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. It's been a day for me, nice day. We went out to the Washington memorials. Well, we went out to the memorials today in Washington, D.C. A few of us, as Reverend Sylvia was organizing, putting together part of the grand finale of the Unity, the Caravan of Unity that's been traveling around the world for the last over 10 days. And I just had this really deep, sentimental moment with being with MLK at the Martin Luther King Memorial, and I was looking at the magic of these words that have been carved in stone and how profound they were back in the days, and how much they moved people's lives and made their lives have a little bit more meaning and inspiration and power. And then we went to the Lincoln Memorial, and Reverend Ivy Hilton, who you've all seen on the show, sung this beautiful song, I Am Light, in the alcove, and it just echoed. Even as I watched the video, it didn't do much justice of how it sounded real. I wish I'd had really the perfect mic for that one. It was just perfect. But it was just a day of, reflection and just looking at what's going on in the country and how badly we need some magic. And I'm not saying that whatever is happening isn't good, because there are a lot of our brothers and sisters in this country who feel that everything that is happening in the country and with the country is very good. And I have been, trying to find that place inside of myself to find that understanding. I'm still looking, so I'm not negating. I want to understand what half of the rest of America is feeling and seeing, whereby maybe there isn't the magic of unity, there really isn't the magic of love or equality or acceptance. And so I'm still investigating it. I do know that if any one of us gives sorrow to another person or receives sorrow from another person, that can't make God smile. I'm sure that doesn't make God smile very well. But sometimes the human soul falls under such an influence. Sometimes the soul gets influenced by the energy of ego, and it starts to develop an interpretation and a perception that they are the one, they are the better than anyone else, or they begin to feed into the interpretation of their title or their religion or their gender, their color of their skin. And when you start to feed into the limited and the human, you move away from magic, because magic doesn't live in the realm of limitations. Magic lives in the realm of when your mind is in an unlimited place and your heart is in an unlimited place and love is boundless. That's where magic actually breathes, and where magic it gets enhanced, and magic finds its way to you over and over and over again. But I have been looking at things and looking at people who you wonder why sometimes we do the things we do, say the things we say, act the way we act. And I want you to go back to when you were a little child. Maybe when you were 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And if you can recall the way your spirit sat in your body, if you can try to remember that, the way you saw through your eyes, and the way you thought how simple that was. And did you remember how you survived? Yes, you had a mother and a father to take care of you, and maybe now you're an adult and now you have to take care of other people. But that energy of innocence, where magic just breathed, is still sitting in you. But if we don't feed it, and we feed the energy of what this one has done, what this said, it should be like this and that, and we start to focus on more of the negative or the limitation of a relationship or a person or even of a situation, watch and see how all the energy of wonder and magic disappears from you. You start to find yourself going down a path of negative thinking, wasteful thinking, unnecessary thinking. Your thoughts can even end up quite topsy-turvy, and it starts to make no sense, and then before you know it, the vibration of that negativity starts to create a division, a separation. And when the soul starts to try to decide what side it wants to be on, if it goes on the side of where the anger is, or the ego is, or the hate, or the attachment, you find that the soul has to put so much energy in to keep up that facade. And after a while, it becomes very, very tiring to keep up an illusion. When you have to keep fighting and struggling and just taking yourself out of your way to just find a moment that you can feel like you have accomplished something, or you've achieved something, or you've gotten to a particular place in life. When you are struggling to attain that, something's not right. We're not supposed to be struggling to live out what we are supposed to be living out. Happiness, abundance, joy, love, power, wisdom, truth. They're all magical things, especially in these times where we don't see it often in people. And I know that each and every one of us are rightfully where we're supposed to be in our lives. And we're doing what we're supposed to be doing in life. And there's nothing more magical than when a group of people come together with the same motive and intention to fulfill a greater cause. And I think that's even what we're trying to get to in the United States of America and all over the world. I think we're trying to find the magic, the common ground, that meeting place where we can somehow accept where we all are at in our journey, and at the same token, maybe offer maybe an additional way of doing something. Maybe we can offer a little bit of insights that we think, this might be better, you want to give it a try, versus just feeling like, no, it's not the way I want it, that's not the way. And if you've recognized in your own personal lives, just look at your own personal lives before we make it into this big microscopic, big drama or deal. Your husband, and let's say your husband or your spouse, let's say your spouse in the home, wants pizza, but you want lasagna. I'm just going to give you a simple example. So one person says, I want pizza, and the other one says, no, but I want lasagna. We had pizza last week. And then the other one said, well, but we had lasagna at your mom's house and it was gross. Now they're carrying both their experience. And then they're sitting there and they're starting to have a little bit of a squabble, like, why is it that I have to make you pizza every week or every 2 weeks? Or the other one can say, well, why do I have to have lasagna? And I don't like lasagna, but you want to make lasagna anyway. What's the problem with that scenario? What's wrong with us being able to not be able to find the magic? I want you to think about it. What is it that makes you, somehow we're just on different paths. We're like on different levels of thinking. Same household. Been married and love each other for decades. One wants pizza, the other one wants lasagna. And an argument ensues because one wants lasagna and the other one wants pizza. And either ones are not getting what they want. So what is the issue here? Is it want? Is it desire? Is it an expectation? Is it an attachment? What is it? Is it wrong to want lasagna? Of course not. Is it wrong to want pizza? Of course not. But what made these two people who were getting along quite fine all week now start to argue with each other about pizza and lasagna? Haven't you had disagreements over the smallest of things? And you even try to fight and find a way to win your argument? I always try to win an argument with Sister Gita. Today when we were out, I don't know where she found this big bag. I didn't even know how she brought that big bag in the RV today. But she had this big white bag that she wanted to come with us as we were out on the monuments doing our filming. And we almost got into an argument. Sister Gita, you have to leave the white bag. You don't need the white bag. Then I had to tell her that nowadays if you take big bags in these public places, people will stop you and people would wonder, what are you doing with these big bags? Nowadays people don't trust people as much as they used to. And I saw myself talking to her and she was so adamant, no, I need to take my bag. And what I wanted, you don't need to take the bag. None of us are taking our bags. We're just going to film and come back in the car. No, I had to take my bag. I had to take the bag. We eventually got her to come out of the RV without the bag. And then as we went to do our assignment, during filming, at some point I saw her at the end of Martin Luther King's statue and monument. And this poor family was there with their children, and she was touching the baby and trying to talk to the baby, and I could see the poor family was so scared, trying to run away from her. And then I had to go over to her and say, Sister Gita, we can't do that anymore. We can't touch people. We can't talk to people and strangers like that anymore. We don't know what's going on. But why? They liked me. He was such a cute little baby. I go, I know he's a cute baby. And she had one idea. I had another idea. I'm trying to find the creative focus of what we're out there to do. We're trying to manage Sister Gita, trying to get the herd together, trying to find the camera person to get the good angles and get everything right and it looks good so we don't waste our time. And I reached a point that I just gave up. I go, why am I even trying? Forget it. What does it matter? And as I sat in the corner and I was just observing the scene, I had no magic in me today. It was of no interest. Didn't look like anyone else had that interest. Nobody seemed to have had that energy. How do I want to make it good? Everybody was where they needed to be, and I'm sure everybody had the best of intentions. And I was like, well, there's no magic here for me. And I just stayed quiet. I wanted to do this, I saw the visuals. Nobody was interested in finding it. It's just like, okay, why is one of us trying to find magic? It's not important. But I thought to myself, but I lost my magic. I gave up my magic because nobody else had magic, but I gave up my magic. But then there was a moment, and we were at the Lincoln Memorial, and Dr. Ivy Hilton, I suggested, why didn't you sing in the stuff in the alcove, even though it said, quiet, please. She went into the alcove, man. I wish I had the perfect mic to have recorded this. It was amazing. She sang I Am Light in that alcove in opera at soprano. I stood back there in one of the pillars, and there was a moment that I wanted to capture because it was magical. And it wasn't really captured. It's like 20 seconds, maybe not even a minute. And I looked at that moment and I said, that moment, that was magical. That was priceless. And as I walked away from that scene, everything in my heart wanted to go back and take her there to do it right. To do it absolutely right. Because it was so magical. Sometimes in life, you're just going to miss the magic. Sometimes you're going to miss being able to capture the magic. And maybe the only magic that you had to hold on to was the way that moment made you feel. And maybe that was really the magic. And it wasn't about finding magic for everyone else, but it was about you finding your own magic and basically minding your own business, where you can capture your moments, your moment of magic, and you just stay there and you hold it and you grasp it. There's nothing more that is a magic breaker or a magic remover than when you're like inspired to do something and everyone is like, well, I don't know, and this, and then I don't know why that just breaks my magic. You know? Breaks my magic. But that's my issue, that's not yours. Because no one's responsible or in charge of the way you want to feel. That's entirely on you. However you choose to feel is entirely up to you. Has nothing to do with anyone. It's just sometimes how we have this habit of, it's like a normal human tendency. You tend to look at your life from a level of, wow, I remember if someone that I'm out, I'm having fun with my friends, and they say, hey, you want to do this? And God says, yeah, you want to do it. And I was thinking that might be just my days of always being a perpetual teenager. Just constantly like, oh my God, yeah, let's do that. One time, me, Santosh, and a few of us, we read our Chinese astrology. I think it was a Chinese astrology book or something. And in the astrology, we each had like our own template. And there was something so funny. I remembered mine because it said, oh, she'd be the one who would go into a party and would know anybody at the party, but would go and say, hi, what's your name? Who are you? Where are you from? What are you doing? I'm so-and-so. And then his astrology was saying he would just go and sit at the corner and be very quiet. Or he would go and sit with the people that he knows, and whereas for me, I would just, I don't know, we're also wired so differently. Even when we arrived at MLK today, I knew the Secret Service was parked next to the RV, and I know how much officers and police, the folks in our uniforms, have been going through a lot, and I don't bump into police officers or Secret Service folks all the time. So I just wanted to go and say hello, I just went over there to just say, hey, I just wanted to say hello. I know you guys have been under a lot of duress lately. And I just wanted to see if you guys were okay. And we're the sisters from the Meditation Museum, and we're just going to film something here today. And just that moment that we had, that was magic. That was magic. And so Kanu and I had went over and just said hello to him. That was my other magical moment. Just going over to talk to the Secret Service or the policeman, just to checking on him if he was okay. I was able to find my magic with him that moment. And when Dr. Hilton sang in the alcove of Lincoln, I was able to find my magic. Those are my two moments. And I think the third aspect of the magic that I found today was when all of us loaded into the RV and was just driving to the monuments. We had no idea what we were going to do or how it was going to turn out. So there's something magical when you don't know what to expect, and maybe in your mind you're like thinking, oh, it's going to be nice, it's so much fun, and we're listening to music, and Reverend Sylvia's dancing in the RV, and Kanu's having her late breakfast, and Antonia finally took a day off, and Sister Gita was behaving with her big white bag that I didn't know that she had, and Santosh was getting ready to do his filming and his stuff, and was happy as a lark. She was running from my leg to Reverend Sylvia's leg. And that was another magical moment, because you didn't know what the future would hold, but you know that at this moment, it was a sweet feeling between friends, between family, just with each other, to just be there. So what happens when one person wants pizza and the other one wants lasagna? And then you lose your magic in between that, and you you start to end up complaining or fighting or getting grumpy with each other. You lose your magic because of some attachment. An attachment to something that you are visualizing, a desire of something that you see has potential. You can see it in your mind. It doesn't mean everybody sees it. You don't want to be aggressive. You don't want to be bossy. You try it, it's not working out. You forget it, you let it go. And you just let it go. Why should you let go? Why should you lose your magic? You're the one that decides to let go of your magic and lose it, only to find it once again. Anyway, I'm just going on because my day was quite interestingly magical, but it was also quite, it also made me think about a few things that started to, you have to keep checking yourself. Right now, I'm checking so many things about myself that I want to check. I want to become a loving, clean, peaceful, pure person. So when I spot anything inside of my consciousness that's taken away that, I have to ask myself, what is it? How does that sanskar, how does that energy slip in to your magical moments and change the way you're feeling? And Sister Gita, with this big old bag, when I looked in the big old bag, it looked like half the things was garbage. I go, where did she get all of that stuff from? But for her and her happiness was that she needed to take that bag with her. And for my happiness, do not take the bag with you. Both want something completely different. And I just wanted to take Sister Gita out today, everyone, so she could have a nice day and hang out with the ladies and look at the sky and enjoy happy. And she came out with her. She came out with herself and where she is. And that's not that I saw her magically enjoying our company. I didn't observe her having a magical moment with all of us around. She would have rather just gone to stay in the RV with her bag, rather than just to join us and sit on the curb and just watch. And that also took away my magic, that I took her out to have a good time, and this white bag was more important than her just being with us. And that's nothing to do with her. It has to do with my attachment, expectation, or desire. So desire, expectation, and attachment will take away your magic. And how do you find it back? You look out for moments where that won't be there, and you don't know what to expect. And the universe or the drama will just offer you such a scene that it will just be magical when it happens. And it gets recorded in you, and it gives you a sweet feeling, and then you realize how powerful it is to feel good, because then you realize how powerless it can be when you don't. So let's take some time for a little meditation, shall we? And take a deep breath and think about your day today, or maybe how you've been for the whole week. How many moments of magic have you had so far? And, what has taken away your magic maybe for the week so far? I didn't even know today was Thursday until Santosh told me after breakfast. I went, you're kidding me, it's Thursday. It's like, I just can't even remember what's happening anymore, what day it is, But just for the week, tell me, what were some of your magical moments this week inside as we do the meditation? And maybe what was something that you recognized during the week that took away your magic? Let's take a deep breath.
The positive mind. The quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our life. And so it becomes very important to pay attention to the type of thoughts we are creating in our minds. A thought is a seed, and depending on the type of seed, so will be the flower and the fruit and even the fragrance. It's so easy to become negative that often we do not realize that we have absorbed ourselves in a negative attitude. We get stuck on what somebody said or did or should have done or didn't do. The negativity circulates in our mind over and over and over again. making us tired, heavy, even unhappy. We all want to be free of such thinking. How can I free my mind? How can I create a positive mind? First of all, let me go inside and talk to myself. Let go. It doesn't matter. Forget it. Let the past be the past. With these thoughts, we are able to stop the circulation of negativity and not hold on. If we realize that thinking and rethinking negative incidents is not the method to put them right, then we start to become free. However, we get angry. We are overcome by a sense of injustice. We are afraid. And so the train of negative thoughts and attitudes gathers speed. Let me have the determined thought to have a positive thought, because positive thoughts create good feelings and a more tolerant attitude towards people. We cannot receive a positive output from a negative input. Let me realize that by blaming and complaining, nothing and no one is going to change for the better. So what to do? Think and act more positively, with more kindness towards others and even towards myself. Let me have patience in my words and compassion in my vision. A positive mind is created when we can tolerate, when we can accommodate and merge. To tolerate is to respect and accept differences between myself and others, understanding that everyone needs their space. Everyone needs to express in their own way. To accommodate is my generosity of heart, which does not focus on what is wrong, but is able to understand what is wrong and forgive it. To merge is to dissolve everything that is of no value anymore, to let it disappear from my mind, but also from my face, and there is no trace of anything negative. When the negativities are dissolved through love and courage, the mind is given a new breath. There is contentment and lightness. And if there are problems or difficulties, I then have the strength to tell my mind, be peaceful, be calm, see and value the positive, because it is there, even if you cannot see it right away. Be peaceful, be calm, see and value the positive.
So, like that meditation pretty much nailed it. What takes away our magic, but also how we can go down a particular path of thinking and a path of consciousness that just throws you off the keel. It takes away your magic that you're born with naturally. Babies just carry magic all over their lives. They're magical. And when we become so adulterated, so mature, then we realize how magical-less we can live our lives. What was it? This morning, I think. Oh yeah, this morning I woke up and I've been playing a new album that's coming out with Grammy winner Ricky Cage, who's an incredible composer and musician from out of India. He's in Bangalore. And a few years ago, Ricky had performed at the Brahma Kumaris headquarters for our global summit, and we really connected very well. And when I was leaving India, Ricky had asked if I could do maybe a voiceover segment, like to do some voiceover track on some of his music. And I immediately said yes. Actually, one of my wishes and visions has been that I've always wanted to do an album like a Buddha Bar album, but like a Buddha Bar sound that has this beautiful, words of wisdom and stuff. And even though during the pandemic, I worked in one studio somewhere else and he's working in his studio in India, and we got together and I was listening to it. There are 10 tracks to the new album coming out called the Om Shanti album. And out of the 10 tracks, I'll have to say there are like 6 of those tracks that I just kept playing over and over again. I kept playing the vibes and the song and the music and the words. And as I kept listening to it, I also saw where I could even do better. Hopefully Ricky will give me another chance and I could do better. But his music takes you to the top. His music takes you to the top. And I'm already starting to kind of draft some words that I would like to play, and say, hopefully in the next album if he gives me a chance. But I just there was this beautiful energy and I just played them this morning. And I tried to move a little bit and I was realizing I'm a little stiff. I was just saying to Santosh and everyone this morning, I've gotten a little stiff, like maybe it's just too much responsibility. When people have a lot of responsibility, they get gray and they get stiff. And I was saying, stiff people don't have magic because they're stiff. And I just thought to myself, wow, and I look back at when I was in my early 20s, how fluid I have been as a person, just easy, natural, just walking in a room, just not waiting for anything, just, you're young, you're not thinking that 30 years later, you've got all these responsibilities. You're like, and I was just saying, I'm a little stiff. It happened last night, actually, when we were trying to film the Vibrations of Love music video, which we're going to release for the Shift Summit and Music Festival on September 20th. So, one camera had me and I just couldn't open up. And then another person did a camera and then I felt like really open, like I was relaxed. And I was saying, why am I so stiff? And then yet I got a little bit relaxed after a while. Sometimes when you least expect that it's supposed to be important, then you're yourself. Life is so weird, isn't it? And I think it was last night that touched something in me, that I saw how stiff I was. And there was the other brother and he was saying, Sister Jenny, do it like this, vibrations of love. And he was like all like totally free. And I was like, yeah, like vibrations of love. And I was like stiff as a rock. And I was just saying, look at how things change in us, So this morning when I was listening to the music, I saw that again and I went, okay, Jen, you're going to have to loosen up at some point. Just have to loosen up. So that was a big thing for me today. Anyway, as we continue to find the magic and live our lives magically, as we all know by now, meditation is the key in living a life of magic. And what I'd like us to do is to go into a good dive of meditation right now. And so take a really beautiful breath. And let's search for more magical experiences, and we'll take it from there.
I relax. I relax my body completely. And gently, very gently, I step into silence. I step inside myself. And in the silence, I disconnect from the things around me. I relax. I am still. And for the next 10 minutes, I will remain inside myself. I will remain in the silence, concentrating and keeping myself disconnected from all the things around me. Taking this journey inward, I wish to know myself. I want to be with myself and not think of anything else. Beyond worry, beyond fears, beyond the noises of the outside, I become still. Gently, I concentrate, and I ask myself, who am I? Who am I really? Am I this name, this body, this nationality? Or is there something more to my existence? In the silence, I focus my mind and concentrate on the center of my forehead. And as I focus, I visualize a point of light, a point of eternal energy. I understand. I am this light. I am this point of spiritual energy. I am here. I am the soul, a point of living light, the spiritual being. This is who I am. And as I journey deep, very deep within myself, I remember, I realize that I have great resources, great power within myself. I am a soul, and inside me lies all my experiences, my identity, and all the things I need to make my life happier and more peaceful. Who am I? I am a spiritual being, a point of eternal light. I let these thoughts penetrate my mind. I concentrate on these thoughts completely. I am a soul. I am immortal energy. I am peace. Peace is my original strength. Within myself, I visualize a pool of energy. This energy is the energy of peace. I go deeper and deeper within my peace. I remain in this experience. I remain within this consciousness. My original and deepest quality is of peace. Peace is my original nature. Peace is my original strength. And the deeper I go into myself, the deeper I go into my original peace. I am no longer distracted by all the things outside me. I remain in this consciousness. There is only peace, only silence. Peace and silence. I feel myself becoming free. I feel myself becoming stronger. I feel myself becoming lighter, stable. As my thought, so my consciousness. I allow this thought and this feeling of pure peace and harmony to flow throughout my being. Now, peace flows through me. Peace, harmony, freedom belong to me. I am strong. I am full. I am content. I am in peace. Now in this silence, I am completely inside, very quiet, very still. I am at one with myself. I find contentment. I am at peace. I begin to remember myself. I begin to understand myself. I begin to accept myself. And as I remember, and as I accept, I respect my original being. and love emerges. I feel confident. I feel secure. I feel there is a great stability now. There is strength, and there is the power to create a life of quality, a life of meaning, a life of purpose. I have found my focal point, my inner compass to direct my external life. And as I remain here, inside, I ask myself, where do I come from? In the stillness, I hear the silence. I listen, and I realize that my original home is very, very far from this world of sound, of time, of matter. I come from a world of eternal light, a world of silence, a world of peace. That is my home. This is where I come from. And with my thought, I travel upwards to the world of liberation, the world of nirvana. Let me remain in this consciousness of the self, of the peaceful self, and the peaceful home. Peace, harmony, and silence. Let me remain here. Peace and silence. Only silence.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Is it safe to say that that was magical? So thank you all so much for joining us today. And don't forget, tomorrow the Shift Summit Music and Festival starts on the 18th of September. And it'll start, I think, at 10:30 a.m. PST, Antonia. Please correct me in this field. My segment will start at 11:55, and if you just go onto the website, you'll be able to see my incredible conversation with Bishop Carlton Pearson, Elaine Whitefeather, Sister Jayanti, and give me 1 second. Bishop Carlton Pearson, Sister Jayanti, and Elaine Whitefeather for the interfaith segment. And also, we're going to be releasing the new music video for the Om Shanti song. So you've all been waiting for that, so you have to see it. You haven't seen it yet anywhere. So that's been done, and the editor did a great job, and we were very proud of the work that she's done. So please tune in for that. I want to do a shout out to our wonderful sister Portia Davidson, and yes, Blanca. We are really sending lots of vibrations to her lovely little niece or nephew, I think. We've been praying for the recovery every day so far, so lots of good wishes. We're very saddened to hear that Marianne Williamson's niece, she passed away 2 or 3 days ago. Even though we were praying and having a lot of good wishes, the little soul decided that it was just time to move on, so lots of condolences to her and the family as well. So let me put on my eyes so I can see and give a shout out to everyone. Louise, nice to have you. Elizabeth, Om Shanti. Manny, Om Shanti. Zora, Ranju, Nikki, Devyani, Asmita. We haven't found Sister Geeta's stash, where she hid your stuff, but we're going to find it. Kailash Ben, nice to have you. Bryn, good to see you. Nagashri, Shobha, we're missing you. Shobha, you have to come back home now. It's too long that you're away from Baba's house. Indu, Miss Rue, hope you're hanging in there. I know your job is pretty taxing, but I know that you'll be fine. So don't forget to join us for the Shift Network tomorrow, and sending our good wishes and our vibrations to Blanca. And not to worry, please. It's the worrying that creates the blockage, right? It's the worrying that creates the blockage. Hopefully you'll keep finding your magic as the days go by, and you'll just keep hanging in there, no matter what. Thanks for joining us on The Next Normal, and we'll see you tomorrow. Lots of good wishes and pure feelings. Be well, be kind.
We find our nation on a precipice, true tipping point. Is this the moment that will finally change our country?
Trying to rain on the thunder. Tell the storm I'm new. I'ma rain on this little love. Tell the sweet I'm new.
It's not a broken system. It was built to function exactly as it is.
We must respond with bold action.
This is our country too. We can build new systems that do what they should.
I'm a walk, I'm a march on the regular.
We are united. We are standing.
Follow away.
And we are going to fight this fight.
Freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. I break chains all by myself.
There is something happening across this country.
When we work and when we fight and when we march and when we speak up and when we offer solutions, we win.
I'ma keep running cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
It's always the right time to celebrate women and black women in particular.
It is an opportunity to show the nation and the world that we will act. It has been an inspiration.
You have the choice, and it is that choice that gives you power.
Vote. Vote like your life depends on it, because it does.
That is what we need next. Action.
Hi everyone, it's Sister Jenna from America Meditating Radio. I hope you've been enjoying Wise-ish, which you can get live on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube from 8:30 a.m. to 8:45. But you can also get it on demand 24/7. It's going to be your power boost for the morning. It's your daily dose for the soul. It's just going to encourage you to make the day that much more valuable. So join us. Looking forward to seeing you. Hi everyone, I'm Sister Jenna. Welcome to our special Zoom meditation segments. Look, it's no joke. Things are kind of weird. It's just weird. Pandemics, protests, job insecurity, global pause. Everyone's numb, but also everyone's searching. and they might be searching on this little gadget of Zoom in a little box. People from all over the world who don't know each other are coming together in Zoom rooms to figure out who they are, why they're here, and how to meditate. Meditation is something that we've often thought that if we make our minds empty, we've meditated. I don't believe that. I think it's important that we learn how to channel our thoughts in a right way that are connected to our vision, our goal, our spiritual attainments, our mental capacity. Then you're really meditating.
This healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful friends. My wonderful friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful friends. My wonderful